thought you could just go on Twitter, be this guru overnight. Nah, man, you gotta put the work in, baby. You gotta study, partner. You gotta take some bumps and bruises, man.
Like, I'll show you some stuff that I think is just fun, right? I love looking at analysts in TrendSpider. I assume most people here don't take analysts seriously, like Wall Street type guys. So this is a lot of fun.
A lot of guys like to counter trade.
Yeah, me too. And I like to counter trade with some knowledge, right? Not just blindly. So this is Tesla, right? And this is a weekly Tesla chart, a weekly Tesla range drop chart. I'll log scale it so not to cover up this stuff. All of these boxes at the bottom, these are analyst recommendations. And I don't know if you can see. Can you see the tooltip when I hover over this?
Adam Jones with Morgan Stanley.
So as you hover over these, it tells you who said what and when they said it. And this lets you use analysts like a technical indicator. It's so much fun. Like, you can zoom in and it'll spread them out. And you can be like, okay, here's a local bottom in January. Who marked it with their brilliant sell recommendation, right? And you can go, okay, that is Guggenheim, right? You can zoom out a little more. Here's another bottom. Who said sell at this bottom here, right? This is like Guggenheim again, right? Guggenheim, HSBC, right? Wells Fargo, I don't know who that is, GLJ, JP Morgan, right? So you can do that, right? You can just eyeball it. Then you can test your theory. Like, my theory might be Guggenheim just fucking sucks at Tesla, right? So I'm going to add this sidebar widget called analyst estimates here, right? And it's going to be the same data, but this time in a list form, right? And you can see how they highlight in yellow when I move my mouse over these. Right, so now let's find Guggenheim, right? Here's Guggenheim. I'm going to click on you, right? So now every time Guggenheim will show up here, you can see there's a star next to them. And you can also see at the top here, this bar is Guggenheim, right? They'll separate them at the top. So now if we go to the chart legend, click the three dots, switch it to only favorites and click apply. We've now just isolated only Guggenheim on Tesla. So we can see how bad they are, or if they're bad. Right, they definitely sucked here. They definitely kind of sucked here, but they were right here. They were right here. They were right here. Right, like they're not all wrong. They're kind of a mixed bag. Maybe they're not a good signal. Like, I wouldn't counter trade them or follow them. Right, they just seem to be random.
Yeah.
Let's pick somebody else. Right. Who is it? Goldman Sachs. How good is Goldman at Tesla? Well, surprisingly, not too terrible. Right, at least for this period of time here. Right. So by doing this, you can actually get a sense for who to counter trade, right? And be intelligent about it instead of just blindly doing it. Yeah. Right. And like Citibank is one of my favorite examples about Tesla because they suck at Tesla. Right. Here's Citi, right? Like, we can go back here, right? Mark this bottom with their sell rating, mark this rally with their sell rating, mark this bottom with their sell rating. Mark this rally with their repeated sell ratings. Mark this rally with their sell rating, right? Like, you could just counter trade Citi on Tesla, right? They've switched to hold here, which makes me think it's kind of going to go down. Right, but you know, it's really cool to be able to make sense of this noise, right? Like, I've always thought analysts are bullshit, and now I know that they're bullshit. But I know some of them are so bad that you can legitimately counter trade them and have a profitable strategy. And it's not hard to find them because you can visually eyeball them.